guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I am not on camera today. I've chosen to do this because honestly my hair right now is just not making sense. Like, it's really just not giving, and honestly, yeah, until I get my braids done, I will not be on camera. So I will be back probably by next week with another video, or like a video essay, but for now I'm just going to be doing like a little fun video off camera so I can still give you guys something. But yeah, so today I'm going to be doing a video about YouTubers slash influencers that I just cannot watch, or like I refuse to watch or get into their content. Now I just want to give a big disclaimer before I start this video, because you know, I'm not expecting this video to go like viral or anything, or like whatever, but if it does somewhat do decent, or like decently compared to most of my videos, then if people do like see it outside of like my subscribers, I just want to make it clear I'm not hating on anyone in this list. Like, I don't have it in like some sort of vendetta or whatever against like anyone in this list. I don't really like have like some sort of special hate for anyone on this list. It's just people who I cannot get into, and I will give valid reasons for most of these people on this list, but some of them are just genuinely because it's just not for me, and I think that should be fine. You know, there's no reason for, you know, me to get jumped, or for you man to be jumping anyone because they don't want to watch your fave. Anyways, yeah, let's just get into the video. So first person that, or well, YouTuber that I just cannot get into is Trisha P. Now, I've actually recently seen that TikTok especially, and I think probably just Gen Z in general, has really like grown to love Trisha P. I think she even has like a successful podcast now, whatever, and you know, that's good for her. I think honestly, just for me, in terms of why I cannot get into her content, is mainly due to her past. You know, she does have a past with a lot of just ignorance, like blatant ignorance, you know, racism, homophobia, like, you know, it's like, yeah, I don't know, I feel like if you watched her or you were on YouTube like back in the 2010s, you would know about Trisha Paytas's questionable past. And I just feel like also, I don't necessarily hate her or anything, but I feel like it's kind of convenient how she's been able to rebrand herself and kind of almost get a clean slate. It's like people who like her now kind of just don't care, or they just don't remember the stuff that she did before, and I don't believe she has addressed any of her past controversies either, or put an apology or anything. And you know, I'm not saying that anyone is obliged to apologize for something that they did in the past or whatever. You know, that's your own choice if you want to apologize, but I just personally think that it's kind of weird how she's almost just kind of acted like nothing has happened, and I think the people who support her as well kind of just move in that same fashion, and I do find it a bit peculiar, and I do think it's really convenient that she's been able to rebrand herself, and now nobody remembers how problematic she used to be. And you know, I think people can change, you know, people can educate themselves, or people can, you know, become better people, more or less ignorant, but I just don't believe Trisha P has really shown too much to suggest that. But you know, if I'm wrong, someone in the comments tell me. You know, I'm not saying I'm an expert on all the people I'm talking about in this video, but I just cannot understand the whole thing with Trisha P. Honestly, her content just really isn't for me either. You know, I have seen a few clips on like TikTok where I would laugh at what she says, but yeah, personally, just not my vibe, honestly. So next person that I'll be talking about that I refuse to watch is KAUT. Now, see, I'm laughing because I feel like somebody who watches this video is going to be like, oh, what did KAUT do, or why do you not like KAUT? I don't think I necessarily dislike him. I think it's just more in terms of, I think his content, what he does, one, is just not really stuff that I enjoy personally, and two, his fan base is kind of honestly, I was saying about his fan base to me is just extremely off-putting. I don't really like the vibes that they give. I know a lot of them are probably young teenage boys, which is probably the explanation as to why, but yeah, his fan base just seems like I don't know, the type that constantly demand like edgy humor. And again, I've always been like a person who's just not, edgy humor is just not really for me, and I feel like Kai Cenat's content is starting to become more like that, where he's just like, he kind of just does things for shock factor. And I'm not saying that sometimes, you know, that type of stuff is not funny or whatever, but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like that's all his fan base kind of want out of him. And it's like, I don't know, I just don't really like the fan base puts me off. I do watch AMP sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, I don't like dislike, you know, Casanal, whatever. I made that very clear, I don't dislike him, but I just, this Twitch streamer or like the streams or whatever he does, it's not really my vibe. Like, I don't know, from clips that I've seen, it's not really like something that I would enjoy personally. Just how I feel. Next person that I will be talking about that I just cannot get into is Shane Dawson. Now, I feel like this one, I don't even really need to explain why I cannot get into Shane Dawson, why I no longer watch him. I used to be like a huge Shane Dawson fan back in like 2016 to like 2018. I'm just like not really into his videos anymore, and particularly just because he just doesn't seem like a good person, honestly. You know, he's excused a lot of his past actions and kind of, you know, deflected from trying to take accountability and making it a statement about cancel culture, and I really don't like that. Like, I just feel like in general he was very irresponsible with his platform, like back in those days when he used to do the problematic things, you know, like the blackface and, you know, saying slurs and all this stuff. I just feel like he was really irresponsible with his platform, and even after he got called out for it, you know, he made an apology, and then it's almost like now, a year or so after this apology, now he's coming onto these podcasts and everything, and he's kind of like backtracking on what he says, and I'm always just like, so are you genuinely like regretful for what you did, or is more like you're just angry that you got caught? Like, I don't know, I just feel like personally at this point, yeah, Shane Dawson just doesn't strike me as the type of person that I'd want to support anyways. And, you know, a lot of people can say, oh, you know, separate art from the artist or whatever BS they say. I just personally feel like it's impossible to just, you know, objectively enjoy something without having some sort of like a subjective opinion about it. Like, there's no way I can watch Shane Dawson videos without liking Shane Dawson, do you know what I mean? And I personally just don't like him. So it's like, for me, there's no way I can really enjoy his videos, because at this point you've put me off with your personality and what you've chosen to present to the world, and he doesn't seem like he's really grown from it either. I don't know, I haven't watched any Shane Dawson videos in a long time, maybe I'm wrong, but to me it doesn't seem as if he's shown any growth. So personally, I just choose not to support him. You know, if you watch Shane Dawson, whatever, that's your own business, but yeah, that's just my reason as to why. Next person that I will be talking about this person I'm laughing about as well, because this one is just kind of like funny but random as well. Meline RG. I feel like someone is gonna see this video and be like, oh, why are you hating on her? Meline doesn't do anything wrong. She's not necessarily done anything problematic that like would make her like, I don't know, cancelable, whatever, because people be saying, oh, Steve, why are you trying to cancel her? Nobody in the history of history has ever been cancelled by the general public, but sure. I just personally feel like, I don't know if it's just the type of content that she does, but it's like almost the videos that she does gives me like an extremely tone deaf vibe. Like, I don't even know, it's like I even saw someone make a TikTok video about this, which I'm gonna insert.
The more and more these Emma Chamberlain 2.0 mentally unwell, sad girl, sleepy girl archetype influencers pop up, become successful, and then create podcasts, products and brands of this character, as often and the more and more they become popular, the more and more I urge, especially young girls that are fans, that are consuming this media, I urge them to have discernment that this is a brand, this is marketing, that she could pay for some. She has access to resources, which mean that a lot of these things which she's showing you could go just like that, and that she's taking pictures of them, but she's also getting paid from that. She's getting paid from the engagement. And while it's brilliant to perhaps feel empowered seeing somebody showing the reality of life, you know, we all are going to struggle with mental health in some way or other, that it's not exactly all as authentic as it is literally marketed to be. The room, she supposedly lives in the same room, supposedly has the same car, it's a tip, you know, that's her brand. That might not work out as well for you if you're not getting paid to post pictures of your messy room in the same way that she is. And that while it's brilliant to take comfort in these pieces of media, that maybe not to surround yourself with solely depictions of this, because it might not be the healthiest. If you're scrolling through your feed and you're being bombarded with these images of creators similar to herself, all loved her, by the way, hilarious girl, this isn't in any way a bashing of her, get her coin, get her money, but as somebody that, you know, I feel like anybody younger than me, I feel like I have a responsibility for them, right? I just really hope that young girls can see it, because obviously her brand is being authentic, but to a certain extent, when she's reached followers and she's now selling products to people off this branding, it can't be authentic anymore.
But it's basically just like Madeline RG has this vibe, like even Emma Chamberlain as well, both of them, they have this sort of vibe where it's like the way they market themselves is like, oh, lazy girl, you know, oh, I want to get up and do nothing or whatever. And it's like, that's relatable to the average person, right? Because, you know, all of us have day-to-day struggles, and, you know, a lot of us probably struggle to get out of bed. But it's like, the way they talk about it and they present it to their audiences, it's almost like they're selling it like it's a brand. Do you know what I mean? Like, that lazy girl aesthetic, whatever, I don't want to do anything, they can afford to do that because they're rich, they have money. Do you know what I mean? Madeline RG is a typical upper middle class, like, white girl in the UK. Of course she has her own struggles, whatever, but it's like your struggle or whatever that you feel is not the same as like your audience. Most of your audience is teenage girls who have to go to school every day. You know, they're not rich. You know, they have to get up and do things regardless. They can't have a whole week where they're just depressed and they do nothing. Do you know what I mean? Some of us, we have a university, we gotta go to our lectures, bro. We can't rot in our bed forever like you. And I feel like Madeline RG really gives that vibe where it's just like, it's tone deaf. And there was even this instance on her TikTok account where she like said something about how she always wanted to like go to a sundown town. And it's like, you know, if you know what a sundown town is, or yeah, just look it up. I'm not sure if I can really say on YouTube what a sundown town is, because I'm not trying to get like flagged or something. But she was saying, oh, I always wanted to go to a sundown town. Like, I thought it was like a really nice, like, cutesy place, whatever, like summery type of vibe. And it's just like, oh, then I actually found out what a sundown town was. And it's just like, it's so embarrassing because I kept telling everyone that I really wanted to go to a sundown town. But it's just like, that situation, okay, I get it, not everyone is gonna know what that is, but it's like, why even use a phrase or say I want to go to said place and you don't even know where or what said place is? Like, there's no sundown towns in the UK, so I don't even know in reference what she was talking about. And then it's just like, again, why use a term or phrase that you don't know what it is? Like, I just feel like it doesn't really make sense. But I'm not gonna like get on to her for being uneducated or whatever, or not knowing everything. But it's just like that situation also kind of just made me like side-eye her a little. So it's just like, in general, I don't know. And she's also, there's a lot of videos of this girl as well, just constantly talking about how she is unhygienic.
Okay, here's something really disgusting and specific. I used to never flush after I would use the toilet. I'm sorry, that's gross, because I live by myself. I will add that. Okay, I was living alone during this period of my life, but I just didn't care. I was like, what? It wastes water, and like, I'm the only person here, and it doesn't bother me, or that it doesn't bother me that much. And I was really, really depressed during this time in my life, and I still stand by it. If it's yellow, let it mellow. Okay, you don't need to flush every single pee. If you live alone, maybe if you live with other people, you should probably flush your pee-pees. But if I'm living alone, listen, my pee's not getting flushed immediately. I don't care. So anyways, is that something I want to share publicly? Yes. So anyways, I wasn't flushing ever. And I was like, okay, you know what? I deserve to, when I use the toilet, have a clean toilet to use. I deserve that. And then it kind of like, so I started flushing the toilet, and then that was like a message that I reinforced to myself all the time of like, you do deserve cleanliness and respect and hygiene, okay? Those are 3 things that you're reinforcing just by flushing your pee-pees and your poo-poos. So simple, so easy.
Or like, was unhygienic, I don't even know. Her shoes or like her feet used to always stink or something, I don't even know. But it's like, in general, I don't know. I'm just put off. I'm put off, honestly. And it's not really anything personal against her, but just from what I've seen, I've just decided to say no. Next person that I refuse to watch is Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star, I feel like this one is just self-explanatory. Jeffree Star has one of the most like nastiest, vilest like histories in terms of like problematic and like just racism. Like, and people say, oh, people can change, whatever. I feel like Jeffree Star's one is truly like an extreme case. I'm not even joking. Like, there's like instances where influencers will say the N-word or whatever. Okay, do you know what? Fair enough. That's that one I can move past from. I don't really care. But it's like, Jeffree Star has a whole like, it's a plethora. Like, he used to do caricatures of black women. He used to talk about how he would pour battery acid on black women to lighten their skin tone. Like, he has videos of calling people the N-word with a hard ER. Like, it's just so much, and it's like, that's like, only an ugly person could do something like that, in my opinion. Like, you must be a really ugly individual to do stuff like that. And mind you, he was a grown man when he was doing this stuff, so it's not even like, oh, he was young, whatever. Same case with Shane Dawson. You're not young when you're doing this stuff, you're grown, like, you're an adult. It's like, at that point, if you have the capability to do that as a grown adult and not know any better, I want no parts. I don't want to support you. I'm not going to put money in your pocket. I'm not going to pay for your next pallet. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, fuck Jeffree Star. Don't like him. Yeah, he's honestly a prick. And I'm not going to talk about him any longer because it's actually infuriating me to speak about this man. Anyways, next, this one is just kind of a quick segment, but anyone who just does like those 20v1 videos, like them videos where they'll bring on like some random person or like influencer or rapper or whatever, and they do like speed dating. It's really unoriginal content, and honestly, I don't even mind if those videos are for fun, because the Sidemen have done some of them and they've been entertaining or funny. But it's just like, I'm sorry, why do I don't want to see Krishan speed date 20 guys. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, why? And it's just like, there's some channels on YouTube that's literally just dedicated to that. Your entire channel is just 20v1s. It's like, is that really what you want to be known for as a YouTuber? Like, just doing 20v1s? Oh, he's the one who does the 20v1s. And it's like, most of the time as well, the 20v1s are not even centered around the actual person running the channel. It's all about other people. So it's like, if you do that, you're not even really cementing yourself as an actual public figure or like person. You're not noticeable or identifiable. You could have 700,000 subscribers, nobody is gonna know your actual name because you're never in the video or you're barely in the video. So it's like, I just feel like in general 20v1s, I don't know, I feel like, you know, it's fun to do it every once in a while, but like having a whole channel dedicated to it, yeah, I don't know, I just feel like it's very lazy and unoriginal. Next is the React channel. Now, the thing is with the React channel, I really loved the React channel growing up because I was very much like a YouTube junkie when I was young. Like in the 2010s, YouTube was my jam. Like I was on YouTube all the time. I used to watch people like the Merrill Twins, Collins Key, Nikki and Gabby, Kian and JC. Do you know what I mean? I used to watch so many YouTubers, and the React channel was one of those channels. And you know, they used to have so many like different segments or like different parts of their channel. They would have like elders react, teens react, college kids react. Do you know what I mean? And it was really good, and I actually enjoyed the videos a lot. But once like the guys running the channel, I think they're called Benny and Rafi, the Fine Bros or whatever, when they got exposed for like doing blackface, so many of like the notable reactors like Tom, Brooklyn, Kennedy, Tori, like so many of the people that you know, people who did watch the React channel actually really liked, so many of these people left after that whole situation. And I just feel like after that it was just a downhill spiral. It's like the channel has never been the same, and it's just never hit the same since that time period. I feel like honestly 2019 was like the last good year for the React channel. Like once COVID hit, it just it was a down spiral, and it's actually really unfortunate because I think I went on the channel like yesterday just to see what type of content they do, and it's like they are barely scratching like 300k views on a video. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like kind of sad to see the direction of where the channel has gone. I don't even know who owns the channel now, or who owns the company or whatever, who's running it. But yeah, it's just kind of sad to see where it's gone now. But honestly, yeah, I just don't find the videos entertaining anymore. And I feel like a lot of the reactors just are kind of bland as well. There's not really much charm there. Yeah, so yeah, not for me. Next YouTuber that I refuse to watch is Brent Rivera. I feel like most people know who Brent Rivera is, but Brent Rivera, I feel like, is just the epitome of everything that is like wrong with everything that is wrong with like kids YouTube or like YouTube for kids, because most of his content is like what's palatable for children, right? And it's just like the videos that he does, a lot of them are fake as well. But on top of that, he's like been exposed for apparently like mistreating people, being like a prick to like service workers and stuff like that. It's just like in general, he doesn't seem like a likable person. And also I just find his content annoying, if I'm being honest. His content is annoying. Never watched him when I was younger either. Yeah, and it's also kind of weird how much his videos or like content was centered around his sister and her boyfriend at the time. I don't know if they're still together, but it's just kind of weird. It's like, imagine your older brother, like he's like a YouTuber, deciding to make an entire like mini series on his channel, or like a whole era of his channel dedicated to you and your boyfriend's relationship, and you guys having to orchestrate fake scenarios of like, oh, we broke up, or I don't know, he cheated on me, blah blah blah, some, you know, some nonsense title like that. I just feel like it's really weird. Yeah, Brent Rivera, his content doesn't appeal to me. And last person or people on the list is any sort of celebrity actor or like formerly known actor. I feel like this has happened in terms of like podcasts as well. Like a lot of washed up like actors who don't have like any gigs anymore, or they aren't getting any jobs, they just turn to social media and become like an influencer. And it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's not that bad if it's like you know, you're generally doing content that's favorable and it's interesting. Like, for example, the actress who played Harper in Wizard of Waverly Place and the Russo father, they have like a podcast together and they talk about the episodes of Wizard of Waverly Place and whatever, and I actually think it's interesting. I like the podcast, so I'm like, I don't mind it in that sense if it's actually like content that's respectable. But I feel like a lot of these people, it's just you literally reminiscing in the past. Like, for example, a main culprit of this for me is Tom Felton from Harry Potter, and I'm saying this as someone who's only watched like what, maybe the first 2 films. I gave up after that because I was just getting bored. But Tom Felton, like, his TikTok account, his Instagram is just Draco. It's just like, is there anything else that's actually interesting about you or likable about you except for the fact that you played Draco like 10 years ago? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I just feel like, I don't know, it's like I can't get into your content and it's like every single one of your videos is dedicated to how you used to be Draco, or you know, when I used to be on Disney Channel, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, can you give us something else? Can you come up with something else? Can you come up with something else? Like,
that's all you can say. Can you come up with something else? Can you come up with something else?
there's nothing wrong with you talking about your experience, but it's like when that's your entire channel, we're not learning anything about you. And I feel like for you to come onto social media, whatever, you know, it's like it has to be something that you're doing that relates to you as a person. Like, I don't know, it's like you're just living in a character. And I feel like a lot of other actors as well, like celebrities who are like really successful and famous, like running a social media account or like having a YouTube channel, is just really greedy at this point. Like, for example, I've never understood why like actors like The Rock or Will Smith have like YouTube channels and like upload videos. Like, and it's so obviously a cash grab. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, why are you even looking for a cash grab as a celebrity? Most of you are millionaires anyways. Like, you have money, you actually have money, but yet you're saying, oh, there's more money to be made. Like, I don't know, it's just, to me, it just gives greed. Like, why are you so greedy? There's like, now, oh, okay, let me join YouTube too. And it's kind of annoying because it's like, it's almost as if now YouTube or the space was being run out by celebrities instead of actual content creators. Like, these celebrities, it's not as if they're filming and editing the video themselves. They're getting an entire team or whatever to film them cooking pasta. It's just like, bro, I'd actually rather watch someone who's passionate about cooking, who made a channel about cooking, show us a pasta recipe instead of fucking Hailey Bieber or Hailey Baldwin, I don't know, to show her pasta recipe and it get like 60 million views. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't really like it personally. I just feel like YouTube is something that should be like reserved for regular people. Like, I'm sorry, like, it just, like, let the regular people have a chance. Damn. Like, do you know what I mean? Why the hell does The Rock need a YouTube channel? Like, unless you're releasing music and it's like your Vivo or whatever, your flipping your YouTube channel where you're dropping your music, why else do you need a YouTube channel? Like, I'm so sorry. It's like, I remember a time like back in the 2010s where it was celebrities who were the most subscribed to people. You know, regular people who are actually out here making content, grinding, they were like falling behind, and I just personally don't feel like that's fair. So yeah, I personally just don't think celebrities should like be on YouTube. What do you need YouTube for? And it's like, again, they're not doing it as like a genuine interest in content creation. No, it's just a cash grab. It's obviously a cash grab. They want more money, and it's like, you're already a millionaire. Why the fuck do you need more money? Like, but yeah, honestly, that's my thoughts on celebrities like having YouTube channels and whatever. Yeah, personally, I just don't like it. But if you like it, good for you. So anyways, guys, that has been the video. Thank you if you made it to the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the video, comment a star emoji. Comment the yellow star. And yeah, hope you guys are having a good day, good night, wherever you are. If you have any video ideas for me, make sure to put them down below. Subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, that's fine. And make sure you turn on the notification bell as well, because YouTube is not going to tell you or show you my videos when you're recommended if you're not, like, if you don't have the bell on. Like, I just know they won't. So make sure you have your bell on. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the video today, and I will see you guys next time I upload. Bye.